Hello everybody, welcome back to LMC Varsity Sports. Alongside Steve Anastas, I'm Rob Moretti. Back at Rhinebeck High School, the Panthers ready to play a softball game against Hastings. Rhinebeck, Steve, comes in 3-0, and really the key to success for them is the force in the circle. That's in the last couple of years, Diana King.
Yes, Diana King is definitely a dominant pitcher in softball, and has been pitching for a long time for them and really throws heat. Rhinebeck has been solid all season long. They're 3-0, as you mentioned, and Hastings has struggled. So we'll see how this game goes. It looks to be probably a dominant performance for the Panthers.
Diana King threw a no-hitter in the first game of the season against Port Chester. We'll see how many she gives up today. First pitch is next on LMC TV. Welcome back. Diana King taking her warm-up tosses. We'll take you through the field for Rhinebeck. From left to right, it's Rosella Salanitro, Katie Fraioli, and Nicole Iannuzzi. Third to first, Nicole Miller, Brianna Cefaloni, Olivia Dunn, and Shannon Liguori. Sam Iannuzzi behind the plate. And as we just mentioned, Diana King making her fourth start of the season.
So, Rob, we have Alexis Carrozza leading off for Hastings.
She'll be at second base in the bottom of the inning.
It's always an intimidating thing for the opposition batters when they know they're facing such a dominant pitcher.
Yeah, I saw King getting hot during warm-ups, and yeah, she still throws fast, just as we remember.
Right.
First pitch, a strike. Swing and a miss. Quickly, King up in the count, 0-2.
And just as I was saying, it's that intimidation factor of the speed of the pitching. She was late on that pitch from the jump.
See if King goes with something off speed, 0-2. Nope, it's the heat, strike 3.
Well, on the plus side, Carrozza definitely got her bat around in time. She just wasn't able to locate that pitch. Rhinebeck has had several successful seasons in a row here with the Spetafinos in charge of at the helm of the ship here.
Really good at developing pitching too. Before King, it was Jessica Calvini. They've had a run of many, many years, and especially in Class B with the school size, pitching so important.
Right.
First pitch, that was a failed bunt attempt. It's Eva Finkelstein in the left-hand batter's box. Showing bunt again. This one bunted foul. So 5 pitches, 5 strikes from King.
That's one thing that Rhinebeck has proven with several of their programs, football and softball, just to name a few, that if you focus on the sport and you concentrate on the development of the players, regardless of how small the school is, you can really be very effective.
Finkelstein late on that heater, strike 3. King, just a few days ago over the weekend, struck out 15 Westlake Wildcats. That was a game where the Panthers actually had to come from behind. Rosella Salanitro with a game-winning double late. First pitch a strike. Lauren D'Souza, Yellow Jacket shortstop at the plate.
Hastings lost to Pleasantville early in the season, and Pleasantville was a victim of Rhinebeck in a thrashing. I believe the score was over 20-1.
Something like that. 0-2 pitch. Oh, almost called it. That would have been the immaculate inning for King if he called it. He kind of flinched. was half a strike call.
Definitely looked like he wanted to punch her out there, but let it go for a ball.
The 1-2. There's strike 3. So King does strike out the side. 1 pitch out of the strike zone, the only blemish, if you want to call it that. We're through a half. Rhinebeck Panthers coming to bat next on LMC TV. Nicole Miller will lead off against Hattie Schnorr, who's just about finishing up her warm-up tosses. We'll take you around the Hastings fielders from left to right in the outfield, Caruso, Aguilar, and Simchik. On the infield from third to first, Bannon, D'Souza, Carosa, and Finkelstein. And Katrina Van Tassel behind the plate. Nicole Miller ready to step up. She'll be going to Siena College next year for field hockey.
Not quite as much velocity on that pitch as Diana King had.
I don't know if there are any pitchers in Class B, at least, that have the velocity of King. There might be a few at A and AA. 1-0 count for Miller. That one across for a strike.
Come on, Nicole.
Rhinebeck can definitely be a little bit more patient with this pitcher because of the velocity. They can try and find their pitches rather than just trying to get their bat
Miller
on the
bunts.
ball.
Throw to first, in time by Schnorr, 1 away.
So obviously she was trying to bunt for a hit there, but unfortunately it was right back to the pitcher. An easy play for Schnorr.
And Miller had to get that one probably down the line a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Try and get it towards the third baseman.
There's Olivia Dunn, Panthers second baseman, takes the first pitch in the dirt. Rest of the Panther lineup, Diana King batting third, Cefaloni, Sam Yanuzzi, Shannon Liguori, Nicole Yanuzzi, Lindsay Walter, the designated player today, and Rosella Salanitro in left, batting ninth. There is a strike from Schnorr, count 1-1.
Katie Frioli is the designated center fielder. She'll not be batting today.
It's the flex, I believe they call it.
Yep.
Can never keep it straight. Count 2-1 on Dunn. We saw Dunn last year when King was out with a foot injury, pitch a few games somewhat successfully.
She's a pretty effective pitcher in her own right. Oh, nice
Dunn
shot.
hits one in the air, right center field, and caught by the center fielder Aguilar for the second out.
Little bit of an adventure out there in center field for Aguilar, but she's able to bring it in.
That fly ball had just enough time in the air.
Yep.
Hung up there for a few seconds.
Off the bat, it looked like it had a little more pop to it, but it floated a little bit. She was able to get under it.
Here's Diana King. Nobody on, 2 outs. First pitch outside of the zone, 1-0. That one gets across for a strike. One from Schnorr. This one hit down the line, foul out of play. Count 1-2 on King, and this is what the Yellow Jackets need if they want to be successful today. They need to shut down Rhinebeck's lineup because they know how hard King is in the circle.
Basically putting all of their...
So on the ground towards third, fielded by Bannon, throw to first. I think it was a bit late.
Putting all of their baskets in Hattie Schnorr's, all of their eggs in Hattie Schnorr's basket there. Trying to hope that she can keep the score close, because you have to imagine it's not going to be a very high-scoring affair on the Hastings side.
I'm pretty sure Finkelstein did have her foot on the bat. That one in the dirt, King taking off. She's headed for third as the catcher had trouble with the ball, slides in safely at third. So King gets 2 bases on the wild pitch. So 1-0 count to Brianna Cefaloni. Single would open the scoring. It's 2-0 now. 3-0 now on Cefaloni.
Diana King doing the smart thing and being very aggressive on the base paths, trying to test out the arm of the catcher if she even had time to get to the ball.
That's ball 4. So Schnorr got 2 quick outs and a single to King on the infield. The walk to Cefaloni. That brings up Sam Yanuzzi with runners on the corners and 2 out.
One thing for certain, Rob, what they definitely do not want to do is give up 2-out runs and 2-out rallies. Need to be able to put this team away when they've got the opportunity.
Cefaloni takes second.
Little defensive indifference there as they let the runner go to second base.
Second and third now. That one in the dirt, but not far enough away. It's gonna have to go places for King to break.
Coach Spadafino definitely hoping to get a ball to the outfield here. If not, now looking to put the runner on with a 3-0 count.
Shannon Ligori on deck. Power hitter as well, so not really too many holes in this lineup either. 3-0. Gets one in for a strike. Three balls, 1 strike on the freshman Panthers catcher. And there's ball 4.
So, Rob, the bags are juice as the first baseman, Ligori, comes up.
Big spot early in this game for Ligori.
Ryeneck looking to put some runs on the board here in the bottom of the first.
Count 1-0 on Ligori, nowhere to put her. Two and 0 now.
Shannon Ligori really in the driver's seat here with a 2-0 count.
That one in for a strike. Really, if you're Schnorr, just keep throwing strikes because the first 2 hitters she threw strikes, she got them out, and then King was a close play. She's fast.
Great
just
point,
beat the
Rob.
throw.
She doesn't want to be too careful with her pitching. That's how she gets the runners on base, is by walking them.
After Ligori fouled that one off, it's now 2-2. Chance for Schnorr to get out of the inning unscathed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs. That's ball 3. King scampering off third after the pitch. Now here's an action pitch if you've ever seen one. 3-2, 2 outs. Bases loaded, the pitch. Down the right field line, foul. We'll do it again.
That probably would have been a base clearer if it stayed fair, but she wasn't able to get around on it enough to keep it in the first base line. As they say in baseball, the merry-go-round is in effect on a 3-2, 2-out pitch with the bases loaded. All the runners will be going, but in softball, you do have to wait for the ball to cross the plate before you can move.
That's ball 4. It'll force in a run. 3 straight walks by Schnorr. Not doing herself any favors. Here's Nicole Yanuzzi.
So the freshman Samantha Yanuzzi is on second base now. Her older sister, the junior Nicole, playing right field today. She's now at the plate with a big opportunity to try and crack this game open in the bottom of the first.
It's like there's some confusion about game balls right now. That's what's causing this slight delay, but
I think a couple of those foul balls found the forest on the right side and haven't been retrieved.
it's hard to get them back. There's a swamp back there,
Yes.
something. You don't want to go wading in there. So now we're ready. Base is still loaded with 2 outs for Nicole Yanuzzi. First pitch, a ball. There's a strike. One up high from Schnorr, 2-1.
Looked like Nicole wanted to go around on that one, but she was able to hold off as the pitch sailed high. Hitters count here, 2-1, Rob.
Swing and a miss. So Yanuzzi had the same idea.
Really impressive pitch from Schnorr there.
She's got good movement. You can see the drop from our angle. Count now full. You can pitch in that velocity range if you can control it, especially with the amount of drop you can generate.
Right.
Payoff pitch. Another walk forces in a run.
So Hattie Schnorr finding a little bit of struggle here to find the strike zone and keep these runners from plating.
So we're going to have a quick conference among the infielders.
Designated
Schnorr
hitter.
is much taller than her teammates.
Yeah, there is a
Could be the
noticeable
Randy
difference
Johnson
there.
effect where
Right.
it's hard to get all the moving parts working together. I know it's true in baseball. A lot of tall pitchers have trouble throwing it together. Think of Dylan Betances on the Yankees, the guy's
Right.
6'8".
Right.
Randy Johnson, historically, he had 5 mediocre seasons, and all of a sudden he's a Cy Young candidate.
And if they are able to get it together like Johnson was, coming at him from such a distance.
First pitch strike to the designated player, Lindsey Walter.
It's like they're a whole foot closer to the plate. Makes that velocity that much harder. Not sure the same effect is happening for softball though.
1-1 count on Walter. Panthers have 2 in this inning. They're threatening for more. That one off of Schnorr to short. Everyone's safe.
So Lindsey Walter does her job as a designated hitter, getting a nice line drive off the pitcher's glove. And as you mentioned, all the batters are safe all around.
Goes as an RBI single for Walter. Here's the 9-hitter, Rosella Salanitro. Ball 1.
Pitch sailed a little high. We'll see if as the score gets larger, if the strike zone increases in size with it.
There's one.
A lot of times you find some umpires become a little merciful as the score gets out of hand to try and keep the game moving.
1-1 count on Salanitro. Big hit over the weekend. Pick up a win. This one grounded right to first. Easy play for Finkelstein, ends the inning. But Rhineck, the strength of 4 walks, 2 hits, they score 3. They lead 3-0 after 1 full. We'll be right back. Ashley Bannon leads things off here for Hastings in the top of the second. 4, 5, 6 due up.
You can see, Rob, how that extension by King gets that extra little bit of velocity into the pitch. You can see how she extends right here.
Another fastball for a strike. That's all she's gone with, and she hasn't needed anything else yet. She does mix in a drop ball as well. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 strikeouts for King, all swinging so far.
So Rhineck able to put 3 on the board in the first inning. doesn't appear that Hastings is going to have much luck here at the plate. We'll see if the pitcher, Hattie Schnorr, has anything for Diana King.
Schnorr, the 5-hitter. First pitch strike from King.
This is that lethal element of women's softball when you've got a flamethrower. It's just hard to even get your bat around from 45 feet away. That ball's coming in so fast.
Swing and a miss, and that's why sometimes you see a lot of batters try bunting,
and slap hitting. You see a lot of shortened up swings where they're just simply trying to get their bat on the ball and let the velocity of the pitch do the work for them.
0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The problem with doing that against Rhinebeck is they have such good infield defense
That too.
It's not always very effective.
Right. So Diana King is really dominant here in the first 2 innings, making very quick work of these batters. She's thrown 16 pitches so far, 15 of them for strikes.
And the one that wasn't a strike was really close.
Right. I think maybe it was a strike. And the umpire just decided at the last second to extend that inning by 1 pitch.
So here's Katrina Van Tassel, the catcher for the Yellow Jackets. And a first pitch strike from King. Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss. King a strike away from that immaculate inning.
Yeah.
It eluded her in the first.
Van Tassel definitely got a good swing on that one. She just couldn't locate the ball in the zone. Had great timing. That definitely would have traveled if she had gotten it.
Swing and a miss, way out in front, went with the changeup.
Wow, what a deadly pitch from Diana King to finish off that inning, Rob.
The immaculate inning, 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. Have a seat. After 1.5, still 3-0 Rhinebeck. They'll come back up to the plate next. Nicole Miller led off the first inning. She'll lead off the second inning as well. Hattie Schnorr out for a second inning of work. First pitch, a ball.
Now, I've got to say, Rob, it is a dramatic difference in velocity between the 2 pitchers. It just feels like a different game. Diana King just so dominant with that speed.
That one a strike. Miller attempted a bunt single her first time up and just hit it right back at the pitcher. Just thrown out. This time she swings, hits it well to left. That's going to get over everyone. And Miller off to the races. She's on her way to third. Here's the throw. It's in time.
Way to go, Nicole. Way to rip it.
So she tries to stretch the double into a triple and is nailed at third base in an impressive throw from the cutoff. We had seen during the pregame warm-ups that the left fielder was having some trouble judging the angle and distance on fly balls, and that was part of the problem there, but she definitely got to it quickly and did her job by getting the ball to the cutoff.
Score that 7-6-5 on the putout. You do give Miller a double. Strike makes the count 1-1 on Olivia Dunn. Hit a high pop to center her first time up. That one inside 2-1. That one nips the corner. Count 2-2. And the count goes full.
Dunn able to lay off that pitch. The last one was just a little bit more in the zone. They did look similar, so I can understand how she was thinking of swinging on that one.
Payoff pitch. Hit on the ground towards short, fielded by D'Souza. Throw to first in time, 2 out.
So as is often the case in all baseball and softball teams, your strongest fielder is your shortstop. She was able to pick that up cleanly and fire to first in time to get done. So as you mentioned, there are 2 away.
Winning strategy for the Yellow Jackets, have the bases empty when King comes up to the plate. She hits one on the infield. Kind of got it on her hands. Easy catch for Finkelstein, and that'll do it.
Wait for me to go to the Barnack game or the other game.
So Panthers manage a hit, but Miller thrown out on the base paths, trying to stretch it to 3.
Only 10 pitches in that half inning for Hattie Schnorr, so she did a pretty good job keeping the ball in the zone for the most part.
Panthers heading back out on the field. We'll be right back with the top of the third next. Danielle Caruso in the left-hand batter's box leading off the third inning for Hastings. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Yellow Jackets. Diana King back to work. Bunt attempt foul. Diana King, 19 pitches through the first 2 innings, 18 strikes. And that adds up to 6 strikeouts.
You got a taste of how organized and aggressive
Another bunt attempt foul.
the Rhineck team is with their bunt defense.
Can't bunt now, or you can, but
You can try if you want.
foul one would be a 3rd strike. The 0-2 from King to Caruso. Just missed outside, 1 and 2.
So the second ball pitched of the game by Diana King.
You know, you're having a good game when we actually have to make a note of that.
Right. All the way into the 3rd inning.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That just might have been the 3rd ball of the game if she had let that go, but again, with that rising fastball, it's hard to track whether that's going to be in the zone or out. Just got to try and get your bat on the ball.
So I'll bring up Katrina Simchik. Right fielder for Hastings. She'll attempt a bunt and foul it off.
One thing is for certain, Rob, you definitely need to be a little more committed to the bunt than that if you expect to be able to do anything with it or even get out of the box after accomplishing the bunt.
On the flip side, though, if you get it down and you show it early, those charging infielders will be right there to pick it up.
Right.
So kind of 2 sides of a coin.
Definitely. Good point. That second attempt, though, was even less likely to produce any results.
Count 0-2. And there's strike 3. That'll bring up Brenda Aguilar, the 9-hitter and center fielder for the Yellow Jackets. Another bunt attempt, a strike. I guess if you're Hastings, why not try it?
At least get your bat on the ball.
She's throwing strikes. She's not going to walk you.
Right.
Try to put it in play and make something happen. 0-1 showing bunt. Pulls it back, and it's a strike.
The conventional wisdom here when facing a pitcher with such velocity is to try and pick a spot in the zone, plan to swing to that spot, and if it's there, then you'll be able to get your bat on the ball, and if not,
That happens.
that happens.
9 strikeouts through 3 innings for King. Really can't be much better. I guess she threw 2 out of the strike zone, if you wanted to nitpick. We're through 2.5, still 3-0 Rhineck here on LMC Varsity Sports. 4-5-6 due up for the Panthers here at the bottom of the third. Brianna Cefaloni will take the first licks against Hattie Schnorr. First pitch, a strike. Cefaloni walked her first time up, came around to score a run.
Rob, as pitching has been the story of the game so far, it bears mentioning that, as you mentioned, Diana King has only thrown.
That one hit into center field. That'll get down in front of Aguilar. And a little bit of a misplay there. Cefaloni able to take second.
Aguilar overran the ball there a little bit, and so she was able to take second base on that play. So as I was saying, Diana King has only thrown 2 balls all game long for a strike rate of 93%, whereas Hattie Schnorr has thrown less than half of her pitches for strikes.
First pitch strike, runner breaks for third, no throw.
And now with that strike is actually at 50% for the game. 26 out of 52 of her pitches have been strikes. It allows the Rhineck players to be much more selective and try and choose their pitch rather than just simply go up there hacking.
Sam Yanuzzi at the plate, that one low. A nice block by Van Tassel, preventing the run from scoring. 93% for King, that seems low.
Right, well, it'll get it higher as she continues throwing strikes.
Swing and a miss, little off speed there from Schnorr.
After all, she has only thrown 29. So 27 of 29 does sound a little bit better than 93%. But do the math, Rob, do the math.
1-2 pitch, hit on the ground towards short. That's to Sousa. Run scores RBI ground out. So give Sam Yanuzzi the RBI.
So the freshman does her job, getting the run across. Nice solid ground ball.
Now 4-0 Rhineck. Bases empty, 1 out for Shannon Ligori. Count 1-0.
Ligori, one of the taller players on the squad, might give Schnorr a little bit more strike zone to work with.
2-0. That one in for a strike.
A rather emphatic strike call from the home plate umpire.
Ligori walked on a 3-2 pitch, her first time up. This one laced into the hole and threw to Sousa for a hit.
Beautiful hard ground ball for Shannon Ligori. Her first hit of the day. She was walked in her first at bat.
5th hit surrendered by Schnorr. Here's Nicole Yanuzzi. Time called for a shoe tie for Ligori.
Looks like she's trying to get away with it and just tuck it into the cleat there.
So now we're ready to get back to action. First pitch strike to Nicole Yanuzzi. One fouled off. And luckily stays away from the cars parked back there.
Yanuzzi was right on that pitch, just a little bit under it.
Count 0-2 on Yanuzzi. See if Schnorr can put her away. Just missed there, 1-2.
Able to lay off that one on the outside, half the outside zone.
One ball, 2 strikes. That one popped up. Van Tassel can't get there.
Was that a jazzy hands sign to the first base runner by Coach Spadafino?
That's quite possible.
I saw both hands extended out to the side with a little bit of a flare. See if we catch that sign again.
The funny thing about signs is most of them mean nothing. They're just the coach having fun.
Right, exactly. Showing their creativity.
Still 1-2. This one popped up behind the plate. This will also go behind the fence.
Good at bat for Yanuzzi here, fouling off a bunch of pitches on every one of them. Just a little bit under them.
That one just missed. Count 2-2.
So we saw that same sign again from Joan Spedafino. Not exactly jazzy hands. I caught the end of it. See, there you go.
This one popped up on the infield. Calling for it is Finkelstein. 2 out. So runner on first and 2 outs now for Lindsey Walter.
Walter lined a single off the pitcher's glove in her first at bat.
That's ball 1. Two and 0 now on Walter.
Another tall batter at the plate does not benefit Hattie Schnorr. She's not able to get it in the zone. 2-0.
That one low, 3-0.
So as we get to the bottom of the batting order, there are 2 outs, but with a runner on and a 3-0 count, Hattie Schnorr finds herself in a bit of a pickle.
That one a strike.
That's more like it.
The 3-1 on the ground. That is
Nice shot.
called fair down the line. Just stayed fair. Liguori on her way to third as they dig it out of the corner. They're sending her home. Here comes the throw to the plate. Cut off. RBI double for Lindsey Walter. It's 5-0.
Great job from Liguori, busting it around third base and plating that run with 2 outs on the board.
That one was just fair. I actually thought it was going foul.
It seemed to bounce right over third base.
Just over the bag.
Really impressive how Walter got around on that pitch.
Rosella Salanitro takes ball 1. One and 1 now on Salanitro. This one hit over, just over short. They're waving Walter home. She'll score easily. Runner taking off for second as they threw home anyway. Credit Salanitro with an RBI single. She'll get second on the throw. 6-0 Rye-Neck.
Probably would have been wise to try and keep Salanitro on first base there, as they really didn't have any shot at getting the runner going home.
And that's really the catcher's job there, to say cut and hold instead of cut and give me the ball, because clearly that run had already scored. No reason to throw home there.
Whereas on the play before, was it Liguori that scored? They might have had a shot at her, but the pitcher cut off the ball on that one.
First pitch strike to Nicole Miller. Schnorr trying to get out of this inning. Miller 1 for 2.
She got a line drive single in her second at bat, Rob.
I think that was a double because she was thrown out between second and third.
I'm sorry, correct, right. Line drive double, and she got caught at third.
1-1. 2-1 on Miller.
Actually, I believe the count is 3-1 now, Rob.
Well, it's spring training for us too. Not really though. That is ball 4.
Early in the season.
We don't get spring training.
No. So it's now 6-0, Rob, with runners on first and second. Still 2 outs, of course, so a nice 2-out rally again for the second inning in a row. 2-out rallies are spelling doom for Hastings.
Here's Olivia Dunn, who takes one of the dirt, gets away, runners break, and they'll advance. And the throw gets away, but everyone stays. That was one of those iffy ones. You go wild pitch or pass ball on that one.
Well, it didn't hit the dirt before it hit the catcher's glove, so I'd have to say that was a pass ball.
Duly noted. Second and third, 2 outs for Dunn. That one a strike, count 1-1.
It's always the tricky part in baseball, especially when they throw curveballs that are supposed to hit the dirt. If it gets away from the catcher, it's a wild pitch, even though that's exactly what the pitcher had in mind. But that one there was just a low pitch that the catcher just couldn't hold on to.
1-2 on Dunn. Just missed.
Able to
2-2.
leave that one alone right at her knees. That's daring and bold by Olivia Dunn, able to leave that alone.
2-2 pitch, Schnorr to Dunn. On the ground to third, nice play by Bannon, throw to first in time, inning over. For the Panthers, 3 runs on 4 hits. 2 runners left on base, they lead 6-0 after 3 full. So finally back to the top of the lineup for Hastings. It's Alexis Carroza. I think we even need to say what she did her first time up. Everyone struck out their first time up in the Hastings order. Shows bunt and misses. That's strike 1.
As demoralizing as it is for the Yellow Jackets batters, it just really can crush your spirit when you can't even really get your bat on the ball successfully.
They haven't even had that many they haven't had any fair bunt attempts. They fouled a few off. The 1-1. That's an offer, strike 2. King looking for a double-digit strikeout game. Gonna need another pitch to do it. That one fouled off. Probably the best swing we've seen all day from Hastings, too.
I think if you're looking for any silver lining here, Rob, and there aren't many for the Hastings squad, is they have not gone down looking once. At least
Taking
they're
their hacks.
swinging the bats, yes.
It'll be another 1-2 from King.
And that was probably the best foul ball we've seen so far today.
Called strike 3.
Well,
The old
just
broadcaster's
as quickly
jinx.
as I said it, the broadcaster's jinx comes into play. They're just lucky they're not shooting free throws.
So I'll bring up Eva Finkelstein. She shows bunt. Fouled off the mask of the umpire. I think he's all right.
Did it take his mask off?
It took it off.
Wow. You know that he felt that one. It's actually going to take your mask off.
Spadafino's going to check on him. One time, I think 1 year I was a Little League umpire and I had a foul ball go right off my mask. And at that point I decided I was done working behind the plate.
Right.
Still finished the season, but
There are only a few different situations where you're faced with that sort of peril. Baseball, umpiring, and pretty much every defensive position in lacrosse.
yeah, never fun.
And then there's hockey.
That's a whole different animal.
Hockey's probably the least enjoyable. You're wearing padding, but man, are they shooting that puck hard, and that puck is really hard. In lacrosse, it's never fun to take a whip shot off the thigh as you're playing defense, but at least with the mask, there's plenty of padding there.
Count 0-1 showing bunt again. Did she do it again or did it go off the catcher? Either way, it's 0-2. Major league catchers have said that, yeah, there is padding, but it still feels like getting punched in the face.
Right.
It's just not like getting punched in the face by Rocky.
They've made a lot of improvements in the technology as well, Rob. Now they have shock absorbers in the cushioning between the iron mask and the iron grill and the actual mask itself.
0-2. I have a ball put in play. Miller field, throw to first. In time, 2 out. So first contact in play for Hastings. Takes almost 4 full innings to do it.
Maybe Diana King's just trying to give her teammates some work.
Maybe they complain that they're bored.
Right. It is really quite a spectacle to watch Diana King on the mound. She is very impressive.
Swing and a miss by D'Souza. She's made a couple nice plays in the field.
So she's mixed it up a little bit this inning with a strikeout looking and then an actual ground ball.
That one low, might have slipped out. 1-1.
Bounced about 5 feet before the plate. I'd have to assume that's not what she had in mind. She's slipping. She's slipping, Rob.
Everyone look out. Count 1-1 on D'Souza. One fouled off. Straight up, and Yanuzzi puts it away for out number 3. So only 1 strikeout that inning for King. Still puts down the Yellow Jackets in order.
And on only 11 pitches again. She's keeping her pitch count to a minimum. Not that that's really a concern for her.
We'll head to the bottom of the 4th, 6-0 Panthers on LMC Varsity Sports. 3, 4, 5, heart of the order due up for Rye-Neck. Diana King will be first. Hattie Schnorr still in the circle, first pitch strike. King's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. One ball, 1 strike. That one misses 2-1. Seems like after that first inning, Schnorr has at least been closer to the strike zone. As King hits this one deep to left, going back, and that one is gone. There's your exclamation mark from Diana King, 7-0 Rye-Neck.
Well, that was a very impressive swing from Diana King. Turned the left fielder around, but to no avail as the ball crept over the fence for the round tripper.
The translucent fence, I couldn't tell if it was gone or if it one-hopped it.
I think that's probably why they have the yellow tape there. It's not only for the caution of the
didn't work for me.
fielder, but also.
Here's Cephaloni. Talk about broadcaster's jinx talking about how Schnorr has gotten in the strike zone and wham. A 1 pitch hit on the ground to short. D'Souza, nice play in the hole. 2 out.
Nice play from D'Souza, fielding that ball and firing quickly enough to get the runner at first.
Not an easy play there, backhanding.
She had to go pretty deep in the hole there for a softball throw.
So 1 out here in the 4th. That'll bring up Sam Yanuzzi.
There are 2 freshmen on the team, Olivia Dunn and Sam Yanuzzi.
Both in the lineup today. Yanuzzi actually started last year as an 8th grader as well at catcher.
Well, when you've got the talent, they'll put you on the team.
Going in for a strike.
There are 2 or 3 8th graders on the Mamaroneck varsity softball team. and one 8th grader on the boys JV baseball team.
I think there's a rule that if you have an 8th grader on a varsity, they have to start. I think I've heard that rule a number of times.
Well, it would make sense. You don't want to bring them all the way up to the team just to put them on the bench when they would be getting valuable time in the field or on the court or on the ice.
On the playing surface,
On
whatever
the playing
it may
surface, whatever it may be, exactly.
be. 3-1 to Yanuzzi. This one ripped up the middle. That'll get down for a hit.
Is that a 3-2 count?
I had 3 and 1.
3-1. Nice batting from Yanuzzi there, taking advantage of the 3-1 count.
Here's Ligori, runner on first, one out. Want to strike Ligori with a RBI single her last time up.
A nice hard ground ball up the middle.
This one up the middle as well. In the left center field gap, stopped by Caruso. They're going to send Yanuzzi home. No throw. RBI double for Ligori. That'll make it 8-0 Panthers.
So Reinach really putting a spanking on the Yellow Jackets. Starting to really turn it on here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
First pitch strike to Nicole Yanuzzi. Nicole, the elder Yanuzzi sister, she's a junior.
Able to lay off that high pitch there, heeding the instruction of Frank Spadafino over at first base.
1-1 in the dirt. Ligori stays put. Count 3-1 on Yanuzzi.
One thing that a Hastings team like this can take away from a game like this is that when you face a tough opponent, all the others seem to be not quite as hard after this.
The 3-1 pitch. That one's in for a strike. Count goes full. Yanuzzi 0 for 1 with a walk. Make that 2 walks.
So Ligori remains at second base, meaning that the runner's at first and second with 1 out.
It looks like we're going to have a substitution. Katie Fraioli is in the on-deck circle. Looks like she's going to hit for herself instead of using, I don't know how that works.
Bringing Lindsay Walter out of the game.
Oh, that's right. We're at the 8th spot in the lineup. That would make sense. That's Coach Joan Spadafino talking over with the umpire, explaining the substitution. Infield will converge and meet as well. Looks like they're about ready to get it going. The umpire is just reporting the change to the Hastings side.
Well, it's nice to see some smiles on the Hastings players in the field, showing they're not demoralized by the defeat that they're experiencing right now.
I bet they probably knew coming in this wasn't going to be a good day. Sometimes if you know that going in, you don't get so down about it. Just try to enjoy
Lightens the
yourself.
mood a little bit, yes.
So it is Fraioli. She's been in the game in center field. This is her first at bat. She takes a first pitch strike.
Not at all surprising, having not batted yet, that she would watch the first pitch, sort of get used to the pace and being in the batter's box.
Count 1-1. Now I wonder if that rule works the same as a DH does in baseball, where if the DH player hits, you lose the DH, or does a single re-entry come into play, and can they put Walter back up later if they choose to?
I suppose we'll find out and when the next inning comes around.
Count 1-2 on Fraioli. Called strike 3. First strikeout on the day for Hattie Schnorr. That's out number 2. Another pinch hitter. This is Lauren Valarelli, I believe.
Yep.
Valarelli, one of the captains. All the seniors are captains on this team. There are 6 in all.
First pitch for a ball. She must be subbing in for...
That's for Salinitro right now.
Salinitro, yeah.
That one a strike. They do have the single re-entry, so this doesn't mean anything in terms of the defense yet. Valarelli listed, I believe, as an infielder. Second baseman. 1-1. In the air behind second, and it's caught by D'Souza for out number 3.
Nice play from D'Souza.
Panthers,
Tracking
though,
that ball down and avoiding the second baseman coming over.
yeah, a little traffic there. The Panthers add 2. Home run by Diana King, the highlight. 8-0 Panthers on LMC TV. Ashley Bannon leads off for Hastings. Couple defensive subs for Rye Neck. Nicole Yanuzzi has moved from right field to first. Jackie DeSico is in the game in right, and Lauren Valarelli, who pinch hit in the bottom of the last inning, is in left. Bannon bunts foul. You don't see your 4-hitter bunting every day.
So wait a second, are you telling me that Diana King is still pitching?
That is my understanding, yes.
Okay, that's a risky move. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Oh, 1 on Bannon. Big rip. Fouled off 0-2.
Be able to get her bat around on it. Zones that up a little bit better. That could really travel.
And Hastings' at-bats have looked a little bit better the
As
second
game
time
has
through
gone
the
on,
order.
yes. They've at least been able to catch up with the timing of King,
That one low, 1-2.
even if the success has not improved.
And Hastings is kind of a rough start to the year. This could be a game that could get them hitting at least, because
Right.
not a lot of pitching is going to look as good as this. Count 1-2 on Bannon. Called strike 3.
Just not much you can do with that. She was a little out in front, I think anticipating a breaking ball or a changeup, and Diana King just smoked the fastball right by her.
Here comes Hattie Schnorr. One low ball, 1.
Goes with the off speed to start Schnorr off.
Count 2-0. That's the first 2-ball count from King today.
King has thrown 46 pitches, 39 of them for strikes. The batter, Hattie Schnorr, has thrown
3-0 on Schnorr.
109 pitches, 58 of them for strikes.
109 pitches in Al Leiter territory here.
Great
3-0 from
reference.
King. Called strike.
Apparently watching a Matt Harvey piece on ESPN recently, it was mentioned that when pitching for North Carolina, he threw 140 pitches or 130 pitches in one outing.
Swing and a miss, strike two, and well, now I know why he had Tommy John surgery.
He said he actually didn't feel that tired after the game.
And most pitchers won't. It's not really something that'll happen at once. It's more of a wear injury as you do that over time.
Right, whereas here in softball, the softball pitching motion is so much more natural to the body's anatomy.
Swing and a miss, strike three.
It's that overhand delivery that is unnatural, which is why pitch counts come into effect in Little League and are tried to be adhered to in the higher levels just for the safety and health of their pitching staff, whereas in softball you can pitch all day as long as you have the stamina.
Pitch all day. A lot of pitchers will pitch at both ends of a tournament doubleheader. Bunt attempt back to King. Throw to first that Dunn covering in time. And that'll do it. Another 1-2-3 inning for King. We're through 4.5. 8-0 Panthers on LMC Varsity Sports. Nicole Miller leads off in the bottom half of the fifth. That one over everyone, 1-0.
Top of the order back for the Panthers. As we mentioned, Miller earlier today had a double. She tried to stretch into a triple in her second at bat. Other than that, she walked and grounded out to the pitcher in a bunt attempt.
2-0 on Miller. That one in for a strike. You know Miller must be speedy because if you watch her play field hockey, she can hit a ball quite hard. She's on that leadoff spot because she doesn't hit for power.
Right you are.
Three and one the count now on Miller. Popped up behind us, foul.
Almost a lucky fan.
Or unlucky, depending on how that played out.
Right. Yes, one thing is definitely a misnomer about the game. The ball is not soft.
No, it actually probably hurts more than a baseball if it hits you. It's bigger and heavier. And that's ball four. Never understood why they called it softball.
I think maybe because originally it was a softer ball. You have to remember, I mean, the balls back in the early days of baseball had all sorts of different cores and centers. And that's why they called it.
It was made of just straight up wood.
Right, and wound string. So that was what was known as the dead ball era.
Ball one to Olivia Dunn. She's
Now,
somehow managed to be 0 for 3. But made contact all 3 times up. A couple of ground outs and a fly out.
hard ground balls both times, Rob, but fielded nonetheless each time by the shortstop and third baseman.
Now one of the dirt gets past the catcher. Miller down to second. Count 2-1 on Dunn. Three and 1 now. This one laced into the hole. That's a base hit to left. They're sending Miller home. Here comes the throw, not in time. Cut off, and coming to third is Dunn as it goes off the glove.
Nice line drive shot from Olivia Dunn there. Her third hard hit ball of the day. First one that drops in for a hit. Gets her a double, and she stretches it into a triple on the throw home.
Yeah, Finkelstein was actually all the way over from first to cut that one off and glanced off her glove towards that fence in front of the Rhinebeck dugout. And alertly Dunn took off for third. That one in the dirt goes all the way past, but Dunn stays at third. course, King at the plate homered her last time up.
So it's 9-0 now in the bottom of the 5th inning, Rob. No outs on the board. So the hit parade is continuing for the Rhinebeck Panthers.
The 1-0. That one goes through as well. Dunn stays. At this point, you're up 9-0. I don't think you're going to break for home anyway. Spadafino's known for their sportsmanship. Here's the 2-0. 3-0 on King.
Just outside the zone for Diana King. She lays off it, and it's now 3-0 count for her. So we'll see if she has the green light here.
Ball 4.
Leaves that one alone as well in the same spot. Now 1st and 3rd.
7th walk the Panthers have drawn today. First pitch, a strike to Cefaloni.
Diana King takes a nice aggressive lead at first base, but is not going on the pitch.
So that's their 8th walk. Stand corrected. That one in for a strike. Oh, 2 on Cefaloni. Panthers cleanup hitter looking to clean up. That one gets through, no advance by either runner. Runners at the corners with nobody out here in the 5th. One, 2 was grounded to third. Bannon with a nice play. Only one chance for an out. Although over to third they come. Throw rolls away. Running home is King. And she'll score as well.
Bannon with a nice play at third base, but King able to capitalize on the situation, racing over to third and then home.
The rare 2-run ground out. Here's Sam Yanuzzi. First pitch ball. I think that last run is unearned. I'm going to give that an error.
Yeah, I would say that's an error on the shortstop covering third. Did not catch the ball. She really had a chance at King coming in. I thought she was dead to rights there at third base. But I think there was a little bit of confusion between Bannon and D'Souza as to who was going to field that throw.
Strike to Yanuzzi. Yeah, it looked like they both kind of
sort of
split the difference
stabbed at
between
it.
them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's that, that old saying in football, if you've got 2 quarterbacks, you've got none. Well, if you've got 2 fielders at a base, you sort of have none as well.
This one roped towards short, gets past D'Souza. Second hit of the day for Yanuzzi. She'll take second. Now we should note there is a mercy rule in high school softball. If the Panthers score 4 more runs this inning, that would be it.
Would you score that as a double, Rob, or a single and taking the base on the slow fielding?
Well, for slow fielding, you'd still get the double, but if there was a throw or a bobble, it'd be either an error or a take on the throw.
I don't really think there was, so I guess we're going to count that as a double.
This is Jackie DeSico. She's hitting in Shannon Ligori's spot. Came in to play right field after the right fielder Yanuzzi moved to first. Kind of like a double switch. Her first at bat.
Hattie Schnorr up to 132 pitches on the day.
She's still not up to Al Leiter yet. Or what was that Edwin Jackson no-hitter a few years ago? He threw, what, 160 or something?
Come on, Jackie. Go, Jay.
2-1 on DeSico. Swing and a miss. Count 2-2.
DeSico took a nice cut at that one, unable to get her bat on the ball.
Runner on second, one out. 2-2 pitch. Count full.
Way to lay off that one in the dirt. You know she wanted to swing there with a 2-strike count.
It'll be a payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Second strikeout today for Schnorr.
She's thrown 70 of her 136 pitches for strikes, so she's been around the zone, but Rhinebeck hitters have been very disciplined, not swinging at anything off the plate.
Here's Nicole Yanuzzi. She'll take a strike. The 0-1. Rip towards short, that's past the hole. Yanuzzi being sent home, she'll score.
Rocket shot into the hole there. Scores Yanuzzi.
12-0 Rhinebeck.
Well, that's got to be a nice thrill for their father, Mike Yanuzzi, to be able to see one daughter drive in the other.
I bet that's going to happen a lot this year. As Katie Fraioli takes a ball. Her second at bat, struck out last inning. This one ripped towards short, on a bounce, gets past the Souza. Yanuzzi scores. RBI single for Fraioli.
Nice diving attempt from D'Souza, unable to get enough of the ball to keep it in the infield.
13-0, and here's Lauren Valarelli. Grounded out to short last inning. Panthers have batted around. This is their 9th batter of the inning. 2 outs. Called strike.
So every starter in the game has at least one hit so far today, Rob. Only DeSico and Valarelli.
They're both substitutes.
Right. So they've only had one at bat each.
Valarelli down in the count 1-2. Schnorr trying to get out of this inning. That's ball 2.
Fraioli definitely looking to be aggressive, running the bases over there at first. She took a nice big lead off of first, almost like she was going to steal.
The 2-2 miss low. It's 3-2. And if Valarelli gets on, my score sheet's about to get even messier. The payoff popped up. It will touch ground foul. We'll do it again.
Just dropped in off the third base line there. Good at bat for Valarelli.
Valarelli, a 3-sport athlete. Forward on the soccer team, guard on the basketball team, and she hits one to the right side. Settling under it is Carroza. That's out number 3. So Panthers send up 9. They score 5. They lead 13-0 after 5 full here on LMC Varsity Sports. Diana King will work to the bottom third of the Hastings lineup here in the top of the 6th. Bunt attempt gets down fair. Yanuzzi field throw to first in time, 1 out.
Well,
1 pitch, 1 out.
I've got to say, Yanuzzi did commit one of the cardinal sins of fielding a bunt, is don't pick up a ball sitting still with your glove. But she still was able to transfer the ball to her hand quickly and fire over to first.
Here's Katrina Simchik. She bunts one foul.
You can see all the corners are deep in. Ready
Half
for
swing
that.
and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes on Simchik. Popped up. Yanuzzi gives it a look, but it's behind the Hastings dugout. Count remains 0-2.
The score 13-0. The Panthers looking to make some quick work and put them away here.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 2 quick outs.
So I don't think we've mentioned it. We have mentioned the broadcaster's jinx. Do we dare bring up the words? Diana King is perfect through 2 outs in the 6th inning.
Well, we know who to blame if it doesn't happen now.
Exactly.
Here's the 9-hitter, Brenda Aguilar. Swing and a miss.
I'll be getting a call from her parents if things go south here. That's all right, I'll own it.
She does have a no-hitter on this season. Opening game against Port Chester. Count 1-1.
It's interesting, Rob. I'm not a superstitious person by and large, except when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I said it anyway. I dared the gods.
I will say that I've noticed that professional broadcasters always jinx it.
Right.
So you can't really say it's a jinx.
Right.
The 1-2. Missed 2-2.
There would be something if it happened right here at this at-bat.
With the 9-hitter up.
Yes.
Here's the 2-2. In the air, center field, you're fired.
What do you know? What do you know?
Give Aguilar credit, though, shortened down the swing, chopped at it, put it in place. Sometimes good things happen.
As soon as I said it, Rob, I had a feeling something like that was going to happen. But I figured I was safe with the 9-hitter up. So now back to the top of the order, Rob.
Rosa shows bunt takes a strike, and they almost throw it away as Aguilar was dancing off first. The 0-1. Swinging a foul tip. Count 0-2.
Technically, Rob, that is counted as a swing and a miss, as the runner still could advance on a steal if they had wanted to, since the catcher caught the ball.
2-2. Went off speed, missed 1-2.
Impressive looking changeup, just didn't catch enough of the zone.
I don't know how you lay off that after you're looking for the
Right.
heat. The 1-2. Missed outside, runner goes, throw down, not in time. So stolen base for Aguilar. Almost goes without saying. First runner in scoring position today for the Yellow Jackets. Two. Swing and a miss. So the no-hitter's gone. The shutout's intact. We head to the bottom of the sixth.
So wrong that I feel guilty about that.
No. Bottom of the sixth coming up next. Nicole Miller leads off. She's led off, feels like 8 times today. First pitch ball. There's a strike, count 1-1.
Since we have the statistic, Rob, I'll let you know that this is the 4th time she's leading off.
This is her 5th at bat, so it's a good clip for a leadoff hitter. Count 1-2. Popped up towards us. Have to try harder to get me away from here.
Count evens up at 2-2 as that ball was in the dirt, Rob. Hattie Schnorr over 150 pitches now on the day.
Well, she's caught up to Al Leiter. This one in the air to left. Going back, Caruso, it's over her glove. Miller takes second and stops right there, a leadoff double. Miller now 2 for 3, 2 walks and a run scored. Want to know on Olivia Dunn?
Nice contact by Miller on that last hit over the left fielder's head. Sent that one about 180 feet.
That one just missed, 2-0. There's a strike. Count now 3-1 on Dunn. Miller on second, nobody out. This one hit well to left, and that's fair. Miller will score. Dunn turns and heads for third. Here comes a throw. Safe. RBI triple for Dunn. Now, because of the 15-run mercy rule, Diana King sort of has a chance at sort of a walk-off single here.
Right. Another impressive swing by the Rhinebeck Panthers. Olivia Dunn jacking that ball down the left field line for a triple.
That's ball 1.
And a very impressive slide as well by Dunn, just getting under the tag of the third baseman.
2-0 on King. She was, from my vantage point, clearly safe.
Oh, definitely. But good job by the left fielder getting the ball in.
It was a close play at third.
To make it a close play, exactly.
The 2-0. Fouled off behind the plate. That'll land. Count 2-1. King is 2 for 3. Scored 3 runs. Hit a home run 2 innings ago. It was a solo shot leading off the 4th.
Coach Frank Spadafino doesn't stop coaching.
Another one fouled off, count 2-2.
Regardless of the score, he's using it as a teaching moment, talking about how you need to realize how to get the runner home from third in this situation. This is, as he said, it's called situational hitting. You need to make sure that you take advantage of the opportunity and plate that run. The great thing about softball and baseball is that every pitch is its own universe of opportunities and possibilities.
2-2 popped up. This one looks like it'll stay in the field of play. Schnorr will take it herself, and that's 1 out.
See, it's a coach's dream to have a dominant performance like this, but still have teaching moments, so that a coach is never satisfied. Rarely ever do they feel that their team is perfect and that they've done everything perfectly. And that is a moment you know that he's going to point to later on in the post game and in practices about how to get that run across. Because there will be games that are much closer where they need to get this run home from third. And
really, if the past few years are an indicator, it's a Valhalla game in the playoffs.
There you go.
They've had so much trouble getting past Valhalla. They've had teams that were good enough to win section titles and just could not get past the Vikings.
The sun is setting a little bit here on Rhinex softball field, so the third baseman, Bannon, has sacrificed her sunglasses to the pitcher.
So that's being a good teammate.
Better visibility, yes.
No one else on the field has sunglasses. They didn't come prepared for this. 2-1. Fouled off, 2-2.
So with 1 out, we'll see if Brianna Cefaloni can get Olivia Dunn home from third to end this game.
The 2-2. To the right side. That's foul. Two and 2 on Cefaloni. This one ripped right at the third baseman Bannon for out number 2.
Well, further proof that the Hastings Yellow Jackets team is a solid team. Just when you're facing dominant pitching like this, it's hard for them to get anything going.
Here's Sam Yanuzzi. She takes ball 1, and I think Bannon wishes she had the sunglasses back for that one.
Well, she seems to have no trouble with it, so I'll say she was all right without them.
The 1-0, a strike.
It also seems that the sun glare is ducked behind a cloud a little bit, conveniently for her, as she had to make that quick stab at the ball.
The 1-1.
There you go.
Into center field, that's down. Dunn scores. And that is 15. And that'll do it.
Truly impressive and dominant performance for the Rhinebeck Panthers here today, Rob.
Diana King really didn't get a chance to pitch the 7th inning, of course, but 1 hit over 6, 13 strikeouts. Struck out 15 the other day. She didn't have a chance to go for the season high, but I think she'll be happy with how this one went. A home run as well on the day.
And 172 pitches on the day for Schnorr. So it's a long day at the pitcher's mound, and quick work for Diana King.
We'll be back with the post-game show. We'll break it all down for you. Stay tuned. That's next on LMC Varsity Sports. Back in the postgame here with the Panthers' Diana King. Diana, another dominant performance. You had a no-hitter earlier this year. How are you feeling out there in the circle right now?
I feel great. I mean, I've been working so hard on the off-season. I think I have better control, so I think that's a big help. But my team's really great, and they're supporting me in the field, so that's good.
Team is 4-0 now. You've got to have your sights set on a section title this year. Obviously, it's about getting ready for Valhalla, right?
Yeah, we scouted out the Valhalla Harrison game, so that was a good watch, and I think having our game postponed was also a big help because that was so early in the season, but I think we're going to be ready for them on Monday. Also, the home run today, things looking good at the plate too for you. How did you think that one was going to get out? I actually didn't think it was going to because I felt really under it, but I mean, I guess it just went, so.
So I'm here with Coach Joan Spadafino after a dominant performance by Diana King. You had solid defense behind in the moments where they did have to field, and a great job overall offensively as well. What do you attribute your team's play to at the plate?
I just practice every day. We're really working hard. This is our only game this week too, so the girls are really doing a great job. I'm very proud of them.
I noticed Coach Frank Spadafino had a teachable moment there at the end as Diana was at the plate. I was mentioning in the broadcast that it's sort of a coach's dream to have a dominant game, yet still have a couple of moments where you can coach up situations for future games.
You can always get better, and you need to get better, and you need to keep working hard, so absolutely.
Back one more time on the post-game show. Robin Reddy here along with Steve Anastas after a 14-0 win. 15-0.
15-0. Got that mercy rule.
Mercy rule at the end there by the Rhinebeck Panthers. And Steve, it's almost like a broken record, but pretty much Diana King was dominant, and the Panthers 1 through 9 able to get it done at the plate.
And Diana King at the plate with the home run, snuck over the outfield fence at just about the 230-foot mark. It really was a dominant performance by Diana King. Her velocity, Hastings just could not handle it. And at the plate, they were hitting all the way through the lineup. Every starter had a hit, and I believe every player plated a run.
So that'll do it for us here at LMC Varsity Sports today. The executive director of LMC TV is Eric Lewis. The associate director, Matt Sullivan. Community sports producer is me, Rob Moretti. The camera crew today, Matt Meyerson, Vincent Germain, and Josh Policano. One more time alongside Steve Anastas. I'm Rob Moretti. Thanking you for watching this broadcast of LMC Varsity Sports.